But we can start. Okay, today is welcome everybody on 21 days raw food challenge. Today is the day 10, almost halfway. Almost, today halfway we are going to be exactly halfway. So, well, I really appreciate your involvement. I really appreciate your time and your curiosity, your zeal to understand that is all important. So I'm going to talk very little today, and I'm going to then ask Kartik Pandit to join, and we will discuss. The today's topic is raw on busy schedule. So it is difficult, and I know that at first, and I know that. And since I'm doing this since last 16 years, and I'm traveling, business and also for pleasure. So as I said, let's say in 2022, I was for 1 month in India, and we were in Meghalaya, and that was some very beautiful place, but for food, it was kind of challenging. Most of the people, they are eating a non-veg. Majority population is a Christian population. So it was difficult, but for me, it was easy because my regiment is very simple. Give me little fruits, some vegetable. I had nuts in my bag, and that's about it. So for me, it is easy. But people who needs some solid food, something which is very tasty, and they're habitual to eat something very tasty and masaledar, food. For them, it is little difficult, but it you don't have to punish yourself. This is not the punishment game. This is something you have to enjoy, and you have to use all the tools in your advantage. Whatever you can use it, make it more palatable. All the foods, make it more. It gives you pleasure when you use it. Otherwise, it's going to backfire. If you are not going to enjoying this process, it is not going to work. It is like this. When I run marathon, it is pain. When I get trained, lot of pain on the leg, but it is enjoyable. I feel that okay, I'm achieving something, and when I cross the finish line, that gives me something. Okay, joy. That joy is something which is one cannot measure it. And same for the, let's say, the ladies, they are getting pregnant and so much pain and stuff, but well, delivery is a joy. So that kind of pain, if you think it is the process going to give you the joy at the end, and you have to adjust yourself a little bit, and that is the name of the game. If somebody, they are very fragile, they cannot take that pain, they cannot take the adjustment, they cannot accept or adapt the new lifestyle. For them, it is going to be more difficult, more challenging. So to make it easy, to make it more enjoyable, accept it, understand this is the process. You are going to have some discomfort, some kind of pain, but that is momentary. For that, it is going to give you better health. And I wanted to talk a little bit about yesterday. Manu asked me question about the yogurt and what is the substitute of yogurt. And then I gave the example, don't find substitute, because let's say sugar substitute, whatever you are using, any substitute, it is again from one poison to another poison. So you are looking at better of two devil, but both are devil. So that is what my take is. So even for people who are smoking, and now they gave up the cigarette, and now they're vaping, the e-cigarette or vaping or whatever, it is another poison. So simple thing is, if something which is you want to give up, or something which is hurting you, something which is you think is not right, you have to guts and courage to give up. Don't have that attachment to any particular thing. Let's say you like pasta so much, or you like pizza so much, or anything. If you have that attachment, it is going to be more hard and difficult on you. So to make it easy, slowly it will come, and you are going to enjoy. And that's a I want to now ask Kartik Pandit to start today. Our topic is raw on busy schedule. Give me your take. Ask me any question, and let have a
Yeah,
discussion.
thank you. I think you're doing a great job. You've reached halfway. Half a milestone is very encouraging, and I think a lot of effort is gone behind that. So, congrats to you. It's not easy to sustain this. Having said this, yes.
I want to interrupt you here. I want to give this credit to my team, Priyanka, Manu, and Rupesh. They are working really,
I'm
really
sure.
hard. They are the one doing all this work behind the curtain, and
Maybe sometime
taking all the
we'll be
pain.
able to view them also. I don't know because I'm not seeing any of them, but maybe we can see them. I don't
They,
know who's. Yeah, so
yes.
I'm sure that I. So, yeah,
Now
so
go ahead. Go
great. Oh,
ahead.
that's Manu. Great. So yeah, so sitting here in India, I think the topic that you had scheduled for today was convenience and raw food. So I sort of was thinking about it, and I said convenience. So if you look at convenience per se, I think it is a human birthright to have convenience in whatever you're doing in your way of life. So if you look at what we have been doing, from walking to cycling to whatever, to an aircraft, and now to Tesla and all, we've all been looking at convenience, and convenience is in a way a birthright of every human being. The same thing, I guess, applies to food, from whatever we are doing to what we have now. But there's a whole but to it, which I thought we could sort of table it today. In the garb of convenience, in everything that we are doing in life, because life is just not food, it's so many other things. Having said that, since we are concentrating on food, if you look at food, the what we have done, whether you are in US or in India or whichever part of the world, you have made food as something which is only convenience driven, unfortunately. As in, if you get a ready packed food, you don't want to cook it. And if you can cook it fast, you want to cook it in microwave. You want to cook it in a cooker. I mean, a steam cooker, and the steam cooker is one of the worst things that has happened to food, because it really breaks the food. It doesn't cook the food, as compared to the cookers that we had some ages back, where it took a bit of time, and the slow cooking and all that was happening, from firewood to gas to microwave. That's convenience. But in the process of convenience, what we have done is that we have started harming ourselves, harming our body, harming our system, which is not made for these kinds of conveniences. For other things, we go to a gym, and we believe that half an hour of gym and a sedentary lifestyle sitting in front of the screen is nice. But I think that's a fallacy, and then you have a good chair or a bad chair and all those things. But going for half an hour and then sitting for the whole day is not a good thing. In the same way, food, having a food which is conveniently made. And if you were to very broadly, generally, helicopter-wise define what is a convenience food, I think anything that is manufactured in a factory. Food and manufacture somehow or other cannot go, but unfortunately is going together. As in, a food has to be cooked, and a factory, it is not cooked, it is manufactured. And when it is manufactured, it is added with, we've been talking about it. Today there is a huge article in Times of India, here in India, which says whether it is India or it is US, colors are added to the food which are harmful, which are not good, and so many other things. So I think it is right to have convenience in the changing environment. Every decade, every century, definition of convenience changes. But the basic definition of food and the food that we eat should not and cannot change. And I think somebody like Akshay is doing a great job, and your team is doing a great job. Now, what can we do as far as the convenience is concerned? Like, for example, people here
Can I
yeah.
can I can I say something? Now, when you say convenient, my question is convenient at what cost? Because we have to. You are chartered accountant. We have to balance it, right? If something is convenient, but the cost is so high, that that convenience doesn't mean anything, or so
Yeah.
how you are looking at that point?
As I gave example, cooking in an ordinary cooker, that slow cooking was there, which was on fire, which was on wood or coal. That was slow cooking, and that obviously we still remember the days in which, and we are all Indian origin or Indian. So if you go back to the food that we ate, which was made by our grandmothers, it was a slow cooked food, and obviously it was so good. Versus we have graduated to microwave.
So
Microwave, and obviously we all know what harm microwave does when a food is cooked or even it is reheated, or in convenience.
Still, Mr. Pandit, what you are saying is talking is about process. What I'm seeing, this whole process, no matter what process it, if it is costing you diabetes, if it is costing you obesity, blood pressure, cancer, headache, any ulcer, any kind of the body arthritis, the knee problem, any kind of sickness or illness, it brings you to your body, that the cost you person is paying for the convenience. Convenience is
an
good.
argument that you would want to make, and you would want to convince everybody to say that by having this kind of food, you lands into blood pressure. The answer could be yes or no. The reasons for blood pressure or diabetes could be so many other things. The way it is, no, you have a right to say, but I'm saying, so it's my turn to say something. So it's not as if blood pressure was not there when we are cooking on a chula, right? Blood pressure was there, diabetes was there, but what is the contribution of food cooked, the way it is cooked, versus the way the food was cooked a few years back is a matter of research, and I don't think we have research on that, or at least I'm not aware. But yes, it could be a greater contributor. That point is valid. That can be taken, because the number of cases that are increasing because of the type of food that we are eating, which is factory manufactured, is surely. But the whole lifestyle has changed. For example, if you take oil, for example, now there is a huge thing going on in India, where the Prime Minister he said, all of us, let us reduce the oil consumption by 10%. Oil was used very heavily in our Gujarati families, but the oil that we were using was kachi ghaninu tel, and now we have a double filtered, double refined oil, and that is where the chemicals come in. Right.
One second, Mr. Pandit, when you talk about research for just discussion in general, in 1970, the person named Dr. T. Colin Campbell, he made the research. His study's name was China Study. The China Study. You can go and Google it, and there is the whole book and video. So when you say there is no study, no, there is a study. And this guy even gave his testimony in Congress. He wrote the book. He still is there, and he's running the plant-based food organization, and is campaigning for that. The point is, and what you are saying is right. There is no study right now, as of today, no study of the raw food, and that also even Dr. Kartik Shah says, ask even Dr. Kalindi Bakshi that, hey, is there any study? So pure on the raw food, there is no study. My goal is, okay, if anybody asks me what is my goal is to create kind of some movement where, because any scientific study costs a lot of money. So I cannot do it myself. So once I have enough power and people with me, I want to make that study. And once people have that study, scientific study, then they will believe it. Right now, everything is in the air, because they see, okay, yeah, Akshay, you are healthy, or Dr. Kartik Shah, you are healthy, but that's your individual case. Where is the data? And you are right. So go ahead.
Since you are talking about study, the study could be on two sides. One is on the advantages of only raw food, which you say is not there. And the other study could be the disadvantages of the food that we are eating. So we are talking of the disadvantages of the raw food, or the disadvantage of the food that we are eating. That is what I was trying to talk. Okay, your part is not there. Maybe time will do that. But conclusively prove that, for example, one side they say salt is bad for blood pressure, other side they say no, sodium is required for your health. So as of now, it is in a flux. There is no guaranteed on the other side that this is the main cause. But yes, if you look at an average, obesity is a problem in USA, diabetes is a problem in India, and these are national diseases, and they are lifestyle related. Nobody is saying it is food related, but they're definitely lifestyle related. So it is a combination of lifestyle and food, unless it is conclusively proved, because two negatives don't make a positive. So that's where I'm coming from. I think, therefore, to take this forward, I think it's an individual choice of what is convenience for him. Raw food can be one extreme, and the normal life, what we are eating, and the extreme that we have. And I just want to give an example because stories stay well. I was in your country the other day, and I saw somebody having a tetra pack of egg whites. And to what extent have you taken your convenience? You find that even breaking an egg is time consuming, and you need a tetra pack to just pour your egg white and make your omelette. I mean, that for somebody that's the right thing to do. But for me, it's convenience to the North Pole. So therefore, individual will have to decide as to what is convenience and to what extent you would want to go for convenience. That is one.
One okay. One second. Yesterday, when I gave the example upstream thinking, that is something which is important, because we if we get busy just saving the baby on the raft, we are never going to catch up, because the problem maker are doing this problem in so huge frequency. Never you are going to catch up. So the best way to catch this problem, to solve this problem, go to the root cause of the problem and chop it off right there. And so, if you are not going to do that, there is another guy is going to do something else. And in free economy, you cannot stop it. People are there to make money. This tobacco, let's say when cigarette came into existence, they knew that this is harmful. But even the doctor was recommending, okay, smoke cigarette. So, and then because they were making money. And everything is like that, even though they know, even today's world, this food is bad or that food is bad or this, still they are making it. They are knowingly making it and let people suffer, but all they want their money. So you have to go all the way on the top. And then what happened right now is little bit now is in everywhere, cigarette is going down, cigarettes consumption. So is aware
that would be a overstatement. No, but I think the issue is that ultimately, as you said, it's a free world. So every individual, through his awareness or through whatever means he has to his command, will have to decide what is best for him. I think that is where, because you in a free world, you cannot tell. For example, how can you have a tagline for Mac which says "I'm loving it" when you know what the French fries does to you? But it's a free world; people do it, right? How can you have whiskey being advertised? So we are not getting into the ethical part of it. The issue is that a person, it's a choice. You decide whether you want to eat the junk food, you want to have factory food, or how much of it is convenience driven, and how much of it is knowingly you're doing it. And that's that question each individual will have to ask himself or herself.
I see this, any problem, not only the food, any problem, only one can solve by awareness. So let's say one time in America, they were selling human being were on the sale, and that was stopped by awareness. Woman was the second class citizen. They never had a right to vote. I'm talking about America, okay, not anywhere else. Now, so that awareness brings the change. This is also kind of a stuff. I'm not comparing. This is happening in the society, and in society, anything happens. And when you bring you bring the awareness, it brings the change. I think Priyanka, I have a question. Yes, Priyanka, you are on. Yes.
this conversation is very heated. So, and I'm loving the conversation. These are the stuff that we wanted to come with this discussion. So glad that you brought. So I just have a question to Mr. Kartik Pandit. Like, how can we balance the need of the companies that they are marketing from an ethical and marketing perspective? So as me, we can work on my part. I can take that responsibility.
Yeah. So, good question. But you see, law and enforced law and the people abiding the law is always a cat and the mouse story. Whatever laws you make, whatever authority you have to implement the law, there will always be a cat and mouse story. Implementation may vary in US and in India or in Japan or in Africa, in whatever level of development it is. So therefore, I think what is important is education. Education is not your college degree, but awareness as to what is good for you, and awareness that you should not be influenced by the herd mentality. As I said in my first day, I believe that what is the unfortunate part that is happening to all of us, that we do not realize, and I'm very harsh on this, and I want to bring it out to this forum, is that we are all being made into a commodity for fashion, a commodity for food, a commodity for the way we think, a commodity for the way we have a vacation, commodity with whatever we do in our personal life. And that commodity is somebody wants to sell it, and you are the consumer who is there waiting, a gullible consumer who is waiting to be consumed. So the more aware you are, right, the more resistance you will be able to put, if you believe that is worth doing. Sometime, for example, you still want to be part of the herd thing. So I don't think any law, for example, as US has been founded on slavery, but the slavery still exists in USA, okay, in a different form. Any employee is he any different than a So let's not get into that. So so and the world over, slavery was the part of the game. The whole of South Africa.
Now, what I'm trying to say, for the change, we have to change the paradigm. Now, the first sentence you said that the convenience is a birthright, and I don't agree with it. I think health is a birthright. Convenience is secondary, but health is a birthright. You have to have good health. Convenience comes later on. Now, based on the convenience, you just pile it on top of that. Okay, we need convenience, go to health, then we are never going to achieve the health. The health is something which we need to focus on, and then everything is going to take shape. Yes, Priyanka.
Convenience is resistance. How much people can take it? That is where we have to do a deliberate
individual-centric situation. And there cannot be any answer. And incidentally, your definition would change with time. What is convenient to me at age 10 maybe not the same at age 50. So even for me, the definition of convenience changes. So therefore, it's a very individual-centric perception. Actually, it's perception. Convenience is perception. It is not actual. It is. I pay more to travel business class. Ultimately, I am reaching at the same time. But I believe I can pay 3 times because it's perception. I'm happy doing that. I'm whatever. So I think ultimately it comes down to, if I may say so, individual awareness is the key thing.
Perfect.
Is the key thing.
You're right.
Is the key thing, and that should be the driver. So the balanced 10 days, Akshay. Balanced 10 days. If you see the awareness about the advantages of raw food, I think there is enough in the market, frankly speaking. It's not as if the awareness is not there. The test of the case.
No.
The test of the case. So I'm sharing my views. You don't have to defend yourself, Akshay. Okay.
No. It is like if in my society, if it is my society,
we want you to address these stuff so that this is a awareness as well as an action. Mr. Shah is being promoted. We want you to address these stuff.
So
it's good.
To start with, I would concede to the fact, or my submission would be that the level of awareness is rather better than what it was yesterday as compared to the general awareness that is spreading across the world. And we are not talking of developed and underdeveloped economies, we are talking of across the world. Now, having said that, it is an individual person who will have to do that and to realize that this is, as Akshay says, that the health comes first and the rest comes whatever. So that choice the person has to exercise. That choice the person. And if this program can give ways to exercise that choice, in my view, what we are missing out, and I've looked at all the topics that you have for the next 10 days, family contribution is not coming in. I think the family is the dampener or the contributor, whichever way you take it. I want to be on raw food with my spouse, which said, well, whatever, So I think I think those kinds of things.
Glad that you brought. That was the theme of this challenge: the family coming together, because there is so much of gap in the society. So we were trying to bridge that gap.
So I want to now see that there is some winner, some struggling, some winner. So I want to, anybody want to give their winning attitude this 10 days, something they win, and especially Asmita Ben, if you give your winning point, something you gained in these last 10 days. You unmute yourself first.
Well, I guess when you're talking about convenient and all these things, we need to talk about the food, not other things. And the way I told you, eat only when you are hungry. Don't keep on, So that helped me actually. I'm just on water, my juice and everything, and I'm okay. And my scale moved too a little bit, So here we need to talk more about the food. Like when you are busy, what to bring, so this way we don't eat any outside food or junk or anything. What is readily available healthy food for us? If you are traveling, if you don't have time, or how to cook something fast that still we can have healthy food. So this should be more about food to give ideas to each other, so we can change slowly.
Right.
That's what I think.
So far your experience, these 10 days, you gained something. You're better on day first. Yeah. Okay, good. That's all I want. Any struggle, any problem, I want to solve that problem. You can talk to me later on. Okay.
Sure.
Yeah. And
I want to address
one second, Priyanka. One thing I want to say this is, like, if you don't know where you are going, any road can take you there. So we have to fix our goal. We know what we want. If you want the good health, if you want a good life, that's your goal, then you have to, then now you are taking the path to go there. But if somebody wants to just have the life goes on, that's their choice. So yeah, go ahead, Priyanka.
Your question starts with if. You should be stating to the audience, no choices, because everybody is getting a choices. That is where the convenience comes. We look for easy or alternatives, and then that's an opportunity to the industry. So at home, if you want to bring from the family perspective, how they can collaborate together and make the meal preparation easy, or how you want the family life to benefit. So those are not the choices. Those are your ideal way of addressing stuff, so that these stuff can be tackled.
You cannot impose your ideology on anybody. I don't impose my ideology on my kids. So
it's not about imposing your ideology. It is about, you are here, you have a vision, you have a goal, and you are giving
Still I believe the only way it can prosper and flourish if it is given free flow. Let it flow. Like Asmita Ben liked it. Let's say some Naina Ben like it, and somebody don't like it. So let's say my sister was there for a couple of days and she quit. So that's
why did they not like it? That is the question we need to first put it to the viewers.
I will handle that later on, but that's their choice. Yes, Manu, your question.
No, I don't have a question. I'll just say as had
Hand up. Your
started.
hand is up, so I thought, okay.
No, I wanted to add something into it. Like it has been now 9 days. I am following the raw food diet. I'll not say it is 100%, but yes, 20 to 30%. I have replaced my full meal to a plant-based meal. First, I was thinking I may not get the energy, but I was wrong. I got the energy. I got a very good focus when I'm doing my meditation in the morning, as Dr. Shah also mentioned before that start with the breakfast. Yes, I changed my breakfast. I have shifted to all the nuts and everything in my breakfast, and I don't feel hungry. So I will say just give it a shot. I thought myself that I will not give up on milk. I will not give up on non-veg. I left both the things together. And I wanted to see what happens to me. If I don't have it, what will happen? Nothing happened. I feel good. I feel more energetic. It is not that my brain is foggy. No, it is more clear. I have a very clear vision what I want to do, where I want to say, what I want to say. My brain is getting cleared off. That's the good thing I have got from this. And I say thanks to you because of this event. I never thought I will do it, but I did it. I was the last person to say that, yeah, I'll try, but I did. I'm happy about it and I want to continue with it. It is helping me and I think it will help many more people. Just give it a try.
There is many more people. Well, my son was telling me that there are people who are watching the YouTube every day. They cannot join because of their work, but they are telling that okay, they are following it. They are following. Actually, they are following the raw food, but they are due to their work hours they cannot join. So that's okay. But at least let's say Asmita Ben, Manu, and a couple of people at least get advantage of it and it can improve. I think that's a big success.
Yes, it is indeed. I will still say try once. Try.
Right.
And go, just try. You can find the difference.
Perfect. Anybody else wants to add anything? Winning point.
Yeah, I can add something too.
Yes.
I think the advice that Dr. Kartik Shah gave on the first couple days, that's the advice I followed. Just started with one meal, breakfast. Just like Manu also said. I said let me just try with breakfast. I was already eating plant-based diet, but not raw. So I said let me try plant-based raw, and I started with breakfast and lunch. And I think I made this goal. I presented this goal on our second or third meeting, and I've been sticking with it. And the first couple days it's hard. I did have some cravings for snacks and some packaged goods, but I've been doing good on it. And I think the thing I want to bring up is you asked about convenience, and I think convenience can go both ways: convenience for success and convenience for failure. So what I wanted to add was remove the conveniences for failure. And the way I did that is these last two grocery shopping trips, when I go and get food, I remove the convenience for failure. I don't get the packaged foods, the things that I was craving that would lead to failure. Don't bring it in the house. Instead, add things that contribute for convenience to success. More fruits and vegetables. In the table behind me, now I have double the fruits, bananas, nuts, oranges, all these fruits, right? I don't need to name every single one, but I added more of those, and the things that were conveniences to failure, the chips, the hummus, the packaged drinks and things like that, don't get it. Just stop buying it. And automatically that friction of getting you to success becomes less, and the friction that you have that brings you to failure, there's more there now. It's harder to fail. So those are the types of conveniences I think that can benefit everybody, and it's easy to do. You just have to do that mindfully, with mindfulness, when you go shopping, and have that discipline. And so those are the things that I introduced. So I just wanted to add that.
Perfect. Kartik Pandit, 1 second, okay? I want to add on what Jesal said. I gave that same advice to Asmita Ben that, hey, put all the fruits, anything, whatever on your dining table. Automatically, it's going to help you. That the small point I was listening book of Malcolm Gladwell, The Tipping Point. In Tipping Point, the small baby step is so important. for the large scale. So yeah, keep doing that, and everything will be okay. Yes, Mr.
We
Pandit.
are already at 9:07 here, so already 7 minutes over. So very quickly, I
Right.
think what I wanted to bring out was that convenience and food is the major problem that we have today. I'll tell you, somebody mentioned about juice. I think the convenience is that instead of having the orange, you're taking the orange juice. And that's where the convenience issue is. Instead of having something that you can do it yourself, like I gave example of the egg white in a Tetra Pak versus just breaking your egg, you know. So I think that kind of awareness, I think, is where the convenience, unfortunately.
So I still see convenience as just a band-aid. Convenience is just putting a baby on the raft, and instead going to the on top of the mountain and catch the guy who is throwing the baby. So I want to see that. Don't go into that small nitpick stuff. Go on a bigger scale. Hey, if you want to be a healthy person, eat healthy food. That's the bottom line. How to find healthy food? You define yourself. If try to be curious, ask people what is good healthy food. According to me, any food made by Mother Nature is the only healthy food. But I don't give this definition to adopt everybody. Okay, whatever you think is good is good. It will definitely going to bring a change, and that what Manu felt, what Asmita Ben is feeling, and what Jesal is feeling, that is something that small change is going to bring eventually the big change. And I think that's the goal. And thank you very much, everybody. I think it was a very good, discussion. Kartik Pandit brought a really nice point, which is very relevant, which is very practical. In today's life, we are struggling how to get over all this problem. I'm doing this. Yes, Kartik Pandit, last word.
I think I want to sort of rake your brains with intermittent fasting versus raw food. Think about it. Because it's
So today,
not now.
Today
But-
is 1 second. Today is my fasting day. I'm going to eat only nuts. So even though I have a good regiment of the food, but still I'm believing it, and it is helping me. And I'm doing this for many years. Okay, more than 15 years. And I never felt that I'm lack of energy on Wednesday. Wednesday is my
which is the buzzword,
that we will talk.
Across the world now, right? So versus
right. I know. All right, we will
I will
discuss.
just add, Mr. Pandit, you keep bringing this kind of questions, because when such kind of questions have been asked, it's the question from many people, and then when Mr. Shah answers it, so it's the answer for everyone. So I'll really request you to come every day, bring out the questions, because this is all layman questions. We all have such questions. So I really appreciate you came today and asked this many questions. Please keep on bringing those questions.
Thank you very much for your input.
Thanks.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
Appreciate.
Thank you. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow, Karen Renzi is here. Everybody liked her. Day before yesterday she came, and it was very nice discussion. So come tomorrow again. She will be there.
We
Not
like
yet.
Kartik
We
Pandit
like
too.
him. We really like
now
him.
The change of the distance.
we
He's
like.
the hero. Yeah.
That's why I invited him to be, part of this program, and we really, I like it. I love this discussion. So that is going to bring the clarity. The discussion is very important. Without discussion, nothing happens.
It's the reality.
So thank you very much.
It's the reality.
I since I started, if I could, with your permission, your honor, if I can close this, I think the awareness is there. What is required is implementation. So if you can talk more about implementation, I think it will serve a better purpose.
Walk us out. We will
Yeah.
execute it.
You have to walk that mile. We need to walk that mile.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Together we will definitely thrive.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.